Hold the applause.
No, don't hold the applause.
Welcome back to Investing with Confidence. I am your host, Joshua David, and we are having a good time talking about the do's and the don'ts of the financial markets. And when we talk about the financial markets, as I kicked off the show, that is stocks, options, futures, Forex, and how the institutions are utilizing those for income. Well, these techniques that they're using, the strategies that they're using, are available to the public, which is us, the average person. So it's understanding how to use those techniques and strategies, and that's what Al has been talking about in that last section. If you happen to miss passes to that investing class that we do online or in the center here in Bloomington, you can text the word INVEST to the number 484848. When you do that, you're going to receive a link back with a text back with a link, I should say. And in that link, pick your date. We have several per day. If you do want to come in the center, hands-on, we do that on Wednesdays and Saturdays as well. Al, as we continue the discussion about, income generation, the potential to do that, but different type of accounts. A lot of people that are, I guess, nearing retirement or want to be able to retire still need that income stream during retirement. I was actually talking with a good friend just recently, and they're like, I'm getting close to retirement, but I don't know, once my job is done, I don't know if I'm going to have enough. I need something to bridge that gap. So the part of the problem is, too, Al, is there's retirement accounts like 401ks, especially mutual funds, that are underperforming.
Sure.
Even though these markets are skyrocketing, even though the market opened up low on Friday, they're still at all-time highs. So why are mutual funds so bad for retirement accounts, and what are some of the alternatives people can use to have better income potential during those retirement years?
Yeah, years ago when people started putting money into their employer-sponsored plans, the 401ks, the 401ks really replaced pension plans, and they were never really intended to be the go-to in retirement, but they kind of have become that way. But the product that people were put into were mutual funds, and when 401ks came into existence back in the early 80s, it really exploded the mutual fund market because it was an easy product for people to be put into. It was diversified, so you didn't have to buy 10 or 15 or 20 different stocks. The mutual funds would hold hundreds or more. But what's happened over the course of the years is that the cost of investing in mutual funds has gone really kind of out of control. The fees have gotten out of control, but also the returns have gotten more mediocre. And one of the interesting things is the more people that invest in them, the more spread out they have to be as far as the holdings that they have. And every time you start adding things, they may not be returning the same kinds of things. Let me kind of retract that. Let's just say that you could have a mutual fund put together or an investment put together with one stock that actually had a 300% return over the course of a year. Fantastic. You'd be pretty happy with that. Mm-hmm. But you can't just have one stock. So let's say you add another one, and that stock only has a 100% return. Mm-hmm. That decreases the overall return.
It's almost like they get watered down.
They get watered down, so you end up with mediocre results. But what really hits you are the fees. You have a young child. Mm-hmm. He is how old now?
He's 4.
He's 4. You ever play hide and seek with him?
He loves to play it.
Okay, and you always find him, right? Or he always finds you.
It's super easy, too. I'm surprised. Yeah. He's really good.
Yeah, you're too big to hide well.
Yeah, I know.
But here's the thing. There's kind of a game of hide and seek with mutual funds, too, as far as the fees are concerned. The fees are hidden, and in this game of hide and seek, you're never going to find all the fees. There are, there's transaction fees, legal fees, administrative fees, soft dollar fees, revenue sharing fees, and on and on.
Yep.
Those are things that people really don't understand or don't know that are there, but you're actually paying those on a regular basis. So fees can take as much as 50 to 75% away from what somebody could have in retirement. So, and that's one of I think there's 2 main reasons that people are not where they want to be in retirement. One is that they're not saving enough. And that's a problem that people experience because there isn't enough money left over after they're paying their bills to put into the retirement account. So the savings, that's one issue. But then it's also the wrong assets and the wrong strategies that give them the opportunity to have the greatest benefit as far as reaching their retirement goals.
Yeah, and I think that's why it's so important, as we were talking in the last section, to have extra income potential. And they have they were. I think they did a study where it was millionaires have several income streams. So people are searching at different things. Some people are looking at futures. That could be a potential, another income stream. They could have Forex. That could be another potential.
That's two.
Options could be another potential.
There's three.
So there's the potential and the opportunity is there. It's just most people haven't been educated on how to use that because they've been told invest in your 401k. And quite frankly, the 401k was actually designed as a tax shelter back in the late 70s, early 80s for high income earners.
Right.
So they could shelter their taxes. But I mean, you were talking about just the downfalls of mutual funds. I mean, you can look up John Bogle and what he's been talking about with mutual funds and before he passed a few years back, but how bad they are, and it's really kind of created a monster in a way. But that's why when at Online Trading Academy, it's about doing different things. It's having different opportunities with your retirement accounts, and in these investing classes that Al, you actually teach here in Bloomington, you go over the mutual funds, the pros, the cons. I mean, it's not all cons, but there might be some pros with that. One good thing is it's actually taught people how to save. But you were talking about earlier as well, people aren't saving enough because there's not enough income. So it's understanding how to have potential for other income streams to build that wealth bucket. So if you want to learn more about that, come to one of these investing classes. We do them virtually, so we come straight to your home. It's just virtual. Or you can come right here in Bloomington. We're next to the Mall of America. Just text the word INVEST to the number 484848. When you do that, you can receive a text back with a link. The link is actually otamin.com. That's otaminn.com. So if you're on your computer, you can go straight to the interweb and go straight to our website and pick one of the dates. We have several per day, actually, weekdays and weekends. You can also call. You can call 952-814-4410, and we'll get a date that makes sense for you. So we talked about the mutual funds and some of the downfalls of them, but what's an alternative? We have a lot of opportunities with options. What are you seeing a lot of people doing with their retirement accounts that have been educated? What are they doing with their retirement accounts with an alternative that has an acronym as well?
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? You mentioned Bogle, John Bogle, Jack Bogle.
Yep.
What you didn't mention is that Bogle was the founder of Vanguard Mutual Funds, one of the biggest mutual fund companies in the world. Yet he spent the last few years of his life really speaking out against mutual funds and what had happened to them. He felt that the fees had gotten so high and the returns so mediocre that the public was really being taken advantage of by mutual funds. So just wanted to throw that out there. And then when we talk about income, when you're going through your growth phase before you retire, that extra income to be able to maybe have a little extra money to put into your retirement accounts, that's really important. You mentioned the fact that the people that are truly financially successful have multiple sources of income. And the reason is that you can't always count on a job being there. In the last few years, a lot of people got laid off during the pandemic. There are millions of jobs out there that are unfilled. So there's a lot of people that are still also collecting unemployment benefits. So your job, you can't always count on that being there, but you can always count on bills being there. So while you're growing, while you're building up for retirement, you need that extra income. But when you go into retirement, you need it too, because your income from your job is gone. Most people just look at what they have in their retirement accounts and they draw down from it. So they're kind of getting an income, but just taking money out of their retirement accounts, which dwindles it. Why not use those retirement monies to generate additional money for you? The income strategies that we teach our students while they're growing, they still use when they're in retirement. So that really, I think, is the most important component is income.
Yep.
And there are things that you can use that the big players are using that generate short-term income.
Yeah, you got to have the potential.
It's options, it's futures, it's the foreign exchange market, Forex. Those are leveraged assets that are short-term, but also give you the ability to maximize the value of your capital.
Yep, and that acronym that I was talking about is ETFs, Exchange-Traded Funds. And we're seeing so many people looking at these other markets to have that potential. Every time Al is talking about extra income, and it's potential because it's not guaranteed, but you have to try something, right? You have to do it to have that opportunity. So using options with ETFs. I mean, I was reading an article the other day, and a lot of people say that actually 42% of people, this is from Yahoo Finance, said they weren't in the stock market because they believe they didn't have enough money to invest.
Correct.
Well, stocks are expensive. Why not use options which is basically buying stock at a discount. And Al, you talk a lot about options in those investing classes because I think that's what a lot of people are looking for. How do I buy at a discount? Anytime you go to a store, anytime you go anywhere, how can I get a discount? That's what you're always thinking. Well, do that same thing in the stock market by using options, but you got to learn the techniques and strategies to do that. Al teaches these investing classes right here in Bloomington. So if you want to call 952-814-4410 for 2 tickets for an investing class here in Bloomington, or you can just text the word invest to the number 484848. When you do that, we'll send a text back with a link, which is otamin.com. That's otaminn.com. Pick a date for that class. You can also do this virtually from your own home. Al, coming up next, I want to, talk a little bit more about retirement because that's a hot topic as always, but I want to get more into what trading and investing is actually like, how that actually works, and how people that have everyday schedules can still fit it in their life. 952-814-4410. This is Josh and Al. We'll be right back.